Help me hit 6,000 subscribers. Drop a like, share the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you. My name is Harper Ellis, and I wish I could say this story makes me proud. It doesn't. It's the kind of memory that lives in the back of your skull like a bruise. Tender, purple, impossible to ignore once your fingers brush it. For a long time, I told myself it wasn't that bad. Everyone flirts at parties. Everyone wants to feel seen. But not everyone torches their marriage in front of 50 co-workers. My husband, Mason, is the quiet kind of good. Steady, thoughtful. The man who still remembers exactly how I take my coffee, even on days I forget my own name. That night, he only came because I asked him to. He hated loud rooms and forced small talk, but he showed up anyway, standing near the bar in the hotel ballroom, downtown Cleveland, Ohio, with that soft, proud smile he always wore when he watched me shine. Lately, that gentleness had started to irritate me. I wanted sparks, danger, something that made my pulse race instead of simply rest. That's where Dylan came in. Charming, cocky, unfairly handsome co-worker, with a gift for turning every sentence into a secret meant just for me. The party was loud, the lights too bright, the cocktails too strong. I wore the dress I'd bought because I knew Dylan would notice. And he did. "You look unreal tonight, Harper," he murmured near my ear, and the room tilted. I told myself it was harmless, just flirting, just fun. Then I saw Mason a few feet away, hands in his pockets, watching me with that same quiet pride. And I still didn't stop. When Dylan teased that I must be exhausted from carrying the whole team, I laughed too loud and touched his arm like it was nothing. When he joked that I was too classy for small-town loyalty, I shot back. Well, someone has to keep my husband from getting boring. The room laughed. I laughed. It was cruel. And Mason heard every word. The air changed instantly, like someone had opened a freezer door. My own laugh died in my throat when I realized the silence behind me wasn't empty. It was him. He walked toward us slowly, deliberately. Even Dylan took a half step back. Mason's eyes locked on mine, and for the first time ever, I saw something colder than disappointment in them. "Interesting," he said, voice so low only the people closest could hear. "Is that what I am now? Boring." My mouth went dry. I tried for a playful smile, tried to wave it off as a joke, but the words turned to dust. People stopped talking. Drinks hovered halfway to lips. The entire ballroom leaned in without moving. "Mason, I was just..." He cut me off, calm and surgical. "You mocked me in front of the whole company to impress a guy who wouldn't hold your hair if you were throwing up in an alley." A collective inhale rippled through the crowd. Dylan went rigid. I reached for Mason's arm. He pulled away like my touch burned. Then something in his face shifted, shuddered, like a door slamming inside him. "Fine," he said, voice suddenly steel. "You want interesting?" He stepped closer, so close I felt his breath on my cheek. "I can be interesting." The room went dead silent. And then Mason did the last thing anyone expected. He smiled. Not his warm, patient smile. This one was sharp enough to cut glass, the kind that says pain has been replaced by absolute clarity. "Mason," I whispered, voice shaking, "please don't make a scene." He let out a soft, humorless laugh. "A scene, Harper? I'm done standing quietly in the corner while you audition my replacement." His gaze flicked to Dylan, then back to me. Tonight you wanted a show. Let's give them one." Before I could react, he reached into his jacket and pulled out his phone. For one terrifying second, I thought he was about to air every private thing I'd ever sent Dylan. Instead, he just held it up like evidence. "Did you know," he said, voice perfectly even, "that loyalty only works when both people choose it?" Confused glances bounced around the room. He went on, calm and devastating. "I'm not mad you flirted. I'm mad you thought I was too stupid to notice, or too soft to do anything about it." Heat flooded my face. Shame crawled over my skin like ants. "Mason, can we please talk somewhere private?" I begged. He ignored me. "Let me tell everyone something about my wife," he continued, just loud enough for the circle to hear. "She loves attention, the kind that makes her feel electric. But she forgets the men who give her that rush aren't the ones who stay when life gets ugly." Dylan looked like he wanted the floor to swallow him. "Mason, stop," I choked out. He wasn't done. While she was busy dazzling a guy who'll ghost her the second something younger walks by, she forgot I've been carrying both of us for years. Quietly, patiently, because I thought she was worth it. Tears burned my eyes. Every word landed like a slap. "And tonight," he finished, staring straight through me, "I realized she doesn't want a husband. She wants an audience." A collective gasp rippled outward. I couldn't breathe. "That's not fair." "No," he cut in. "What's not fair is pretending to love someone you no longer respect." He slid the wedding ring off his finger, looked at it for a long second, then set it on the high-top table beside us. The soft clink echoed like a gunshot. "Clarity," he said simply, "for both of us." The room was a tomb. Dylan raised his hands. "Look, man, I think you're—" Mason turned so fast, Dylan's words died. "You think this is about you?" he asked quietly. "Don't flatter yourself. You were just the match. The gasoline was already there." Then he looked at me one last time. Really looked. And I saw a stranger wearing my husband's face. "I'm done begging for crumbs from someone who throws affection around like party favors. You want excitement, Harper? Go chase it. I'm not standing in your way anymore." My knees nearly buckled. "You're leaving me," I whispered. "No," he said. "I'm letting you leave the version of me you invented. Because that man deserved better." Tears spilled down my cheeks. I covered my mouth to hold back the sob. Mason stepped back, expression unreadable. "Good night, Harper." He turned and walked out. Slow, steady, final. The silence he left behind was deafening. People eventually started talking again, pretending they hadn't just witnessed my marriage end in real time. Dylan tried to step closer. I recoiled like he was poison. For the first time that night, I understood something terrifying. I hadn't just humiliated the man I loved. I had awakened a side of him I never knew existed. And in trying to feel alive, I had killed the only person who ever truly saw me. The party went on. My world didn't.